Welcome to NewsLingo. Today we dive into one of the most significant global news stories. The headline, "We want peace, but not at the cost of giving up Ukraine," Zelensky tells EU. In this session, we'll unpack this powerful statement, exploring its context, implications, and the delicate balance between diplomacy and national pride. At NewsLingo, we believe in making news engaging and thought-provoking. This lesson is designed to deepen your understanding of current world events while encouraging you to think critically and express your ideas clearly. Let's explore the story behind the headline together. Welcome to NewsLingo, where news comes to life. Let's get started. We begin our journey with an introduction to the context behind the headline. The statement comes from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who, during a recent meeting with European Union leaders in Brussels, made it clear that while his country's foremost desire is peace, achieving it must not come at the expense of Ukraine's sovereignty. This news comes at a time when tensions and negotiations are high between nations, especially as discussions continue between the United States, Ukraine, and Russia. Understanding the underlying message in Zelensky's words is not just about following the news. It is about comprehending the delicate balance between diplomacy and national pride, a topic that offers rich language and subtle nuance. Imagine a scenario where global peace is the ultimate goal, but the price of that peace could mean compromising on fundamental values and rights. In today's lesson, we will consider why leaders insist on such conditions and how their language is crafted to reflect both determination and hope. The language used in this headline is precise and carries weight, which makes it an excellent example for our language learning journey. We will explore how words like peace, cost, giving up, and back are used in political discourse, and we'll examine how each word contributes to the overall message. As we delve into the story, we examine the vocabulary embedded in the headline. The word peace is more than just a state of calm. It symbolizes the collective desire for stability and an end to conflict. In the context of international politics, peace often comes with a host of conditions and expectations, and here, it is explicitly contrasted with the idea of sacrificing national independence. The phrase "at the cost of" is an idiomatic expression that indicates what must be sacrificed in order to gain something else. In this case, it is used to highlight that the trade-off for peace should not be the abandonment of Ukraine's core identity and sovereignty. The phrase "giving up" further emphasizes the sense of loss that could come from compromising on such fundamental issues. When Zelensky uses these expressions, he is not only conveying a political stance, but also engaging his audience with language that is both vivid and emotionally charged. Throughout our lesson, we will analyze these phrases in different contexts. For instance, when discussing the notion of sacrifice, we explore similar expressions in literature and political speeches, thereby enhancing your ability to recognize and use these idioms in everyday conversation. We will listen to excerpts of speeches, watch clips of debates, and practice pronunciation through guided repetition. This will help you gain fluency and confidence when discussing topics that are as complex as international diplomacy. In the next phase of our session, we shift our focus to the grammatical structures present in the news statement. The sentence, "Ukraine's president outlines steps towards peace with Russia and urges EU leaders in Brussels to back his proposal," is a rich example of how multiple actions can be seamlessly linked in English. Notice how the sentence uses the simple present tense to communicate ongoing actions and established facts. The simple present is not just used for routine activities. In news reporting, it lends a sense of immediacy and authority to the speaker's message. We will explore how verbs such as outlines and urges function within the sentence. These verbs are instrumental in connecting the subject's actions to the intended outcomes. They also help us understand the cause and effect relationship that is central to any discussion on peace negotiations. As we break down the sentence structure, we will identify subjects, verbs, objects, and prepositional phrases, and we will practice rearranging similar sentences to see how different structures can change the emphasis of a statement. This grammatical analysis will be accompanied by exercises in which you will rewrite similar new sentences in your own words. You will also participate in guided practice sessions where the teacher's voice will model the pronunciation of key words and phrases. In these segments, you will have the opportunity to pause the video, repeat after the instructor, and even record your own practice to compare your progress. These interactive exercises are designed to ensure that by the end of this lesson, you will not only understand the grammatical mechanics behind complex sentences, but also be able to produce them confidently in both spoken and written English. As we move deeper into the lesson, our attention turns to speaking and listening practice. In one segment of our 3-hour video, we imagine a roundtable discussion in which various viewpoints about the news are debated. You are invited to listen carefully to a simulated dialogue between international experts discussing the implications of Zelensky's statement. The dialogue is designed to feature natural, fluent English that includes formal and informal registers, idiomatic expressions, and nuanced arguments. This is your chance to hear how native speakers discuss political events in a thoughtful and measured manner. After listening, you will be prompted to answer open-ended questions and even participate in role-playing exercises. By putting yourself in the shoes of a reporter or a policymaker, you will practice articulating your thoughts clearly while employing the vocabulary and grammatical structures we have studied. Following the speaking exercises, the lesson will turn toward a creative writing session. This part of our lesson is particularly engaging, as you will be asked to write your own news report or opinion piece on the topic of peace and national integrity. You might write about what peace means in your own country, how it can be achieved without compromising core values, or even create a fictional dialogue between world leaders discussing these issues. The goal is to encourage you to express complex ideas in English, combining factual reporting with creative analysis. As you write, you will be guided on how to structure your paragraphs, how to maintain coherence, and how to ensure that your argument is persuasive and clear. By the end of the exercise, you should feel more confident in your ability to express nuanced opinions in English, supported by robust vocabulary and correct grammar. The lesson also includes an extended discussion section, where we reflect on the broader implications of the news. This reflective discussion invites you to consider the role of language in shaping political thought. For example, we explore how the words used by leaders can either bridge divides or deepen conflicts, and how a careful choice of language can promote dialogue and understanding. Through this discussion, you will learn to appreciate the power of words and how language can serve as a tool for both unification and division. This part of the lesson is designed to be interactive. Imagine small group discussions, live chats, or even written forums where students share their opinions on the subject. Although you are watching the video, you are encouraged to pause and take notes, engage with peers in the comments section, and reflect on the material presented. During the latter part of our lesson, we revisit the initial news headline and analyze its evolution in the context of ongoing global events. This historical perspective is important because language is not static. It changes with the times and adapts to new realities. We will examine how previous international crises have been reported in the media and compare those examples with today's language. This historical overview not only deepens your understanding of political vocabulary, but also shows you how to track changes in language use over time. By comparing past headlines with current ones, you will see how context, audience, and the urgency of events can influence the way news is written. You will gain insight into the evolution of journalistic style and the strategic use of language in diplomacy. As we near the conclusion of this extensive lesson, we focus on consolidation and review. The final segments of our 3-hour session are dedicated to reinforcing everything we have learned. We revisit the key vocabulary and phrases, ensuring that each term is not only understood, but can be used in various contexts. You will participate in a comprehensive review session, where the instructor summarizes the main points, reiterates complex grammar rules, and replays audio excerpts of the news to enhance listening comprehension. This review is meant to solidify your newfound knowledge and ensure that when you encounter similar headlines in the future, you can quickly grasp their meaning and implications. Throughout the entire lesson, you are encouraged to engage actively with the material. There are natural pauses for reflection, opportunities to repeat and record your practice, and moments designed for personal note-taking. The goal is to create an immersive experience that not only informs you about current world events, but also equips you with the language tools needed to discuss such events intelligently and confidently. In conclusion, today's lesson is more than just a breakdown of a news headline. It is an exploration of language in action within the realm of global politics. We have journeyed from understanding the basic vocabulary and grammar of the headline to engaging in thoughtful discussion and creative writing exercises that reflect the complex interplay between language and current events. As you continue to follow the news and develop your English skills, remember that every word, every sentence, and every expression carries with it the power to influence thought and opinion. Our world is rapidly changing, and the ability to communicate effectively in English will allow you to participate in these global conversations with clarity and confidence. Thank you for joining this extensive session. I hope that by the end of our 3 hours together, you feel not only more informed about today's international affairs, but also better equipped to express your ideas in English. May this lesson inspire you to continue learning and exploring both the language and the world around you. Enjoy the rest of your practice and keep striving for excellence in your English learning journey. A huge thank you to everyone who joined us for today's session on NewsLingo. Your curiosity and engagement make this journey so rewarding. We hope today's discussion on the headline, "We Want Peace, but not at the cost of giving up Ukraine," Zelensky tells EU, gave you valuable insights and sparked meaningful reflection. We're already excited for what's coming next. In our upcoming video, we'll dive into another compelling global story, breaking it down in a way that's both informative and thought-provoking. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Thank you for being part of the NewsLingo community. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to explore more stories with you. Until next time, stay curious and keep engaging with the world around you. See you in the next video.